church inside this warehouse right now. Because the Bible said where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, He's right there in the midst. Come on, somebody.
Amen.
I'm trying to tell you tonight that God has showed up in this place. He's come here today that you can encounter the love of the Lord. See, guys, I was at a point in my life where I was broken. I felt hopeless. I remember times when I wanted to end it all and walk away. I remember times when I threw my hands up in the air and said, God, I can't do this anymore. And it was like somehow, some way, I found a measure of strength inside of my body through the Lord Jesus Christ. And He's saying, son, if it's not over, I'm not over with you. It's going to get better. It's going to be okay. Your family might feel like it's falling apart. Your relationships might be on a rocky slope. But I'm telling you, if you will trust in God, in one moment, in 1 second, He can take what was falling apart and He can grab the puzzles of your life and put it back together. In 1 moment, He can rearrange your destiny and show you where you're supposed to be. And some of you might have been praying, God, give me direction, God. I'm seeking for what you need me to do. And God is saying, my child, come before me. You don't have to be something that you're not. Come before me just like you are, with your heart surrendered, and I'll show you the way. See, when I called upon the Lord, you don't know it, but I was in a jail cell. And He heard and He answered. I was a nobody. Felt like nothing in life was worth living. But God met me right there in the middle of my mess. And you know what He did, brother? He made a message. You know what He did, sister? He made a message. And I believe there's a mess in a lot of our lives today. But can I tell you that without a mess, you'll never have a message. Without a test, you'll never have a testimony. And there was times in my life, if I'm being honest, I almost felt like my prayers were going to the ceiling. Anybody ever been there? You ever been there, sis? I almost felt like, God, are you hearing me? But can I give you something important to understand? The teacher is always silent during the test. The teacher is always silent during the test. God has showed you what to do. He showed you who He's called you to be. If you're not at your best today, thank God that He is at His best for you. Thank God that He's working on you. Somebody needs to realize that we are under construction and God is fitting the pieces of our life back together. And so as we get ready to get into this last song, it's called Waymaker. And I pray that you would cry out to God for the way, the truth, and the life. The one that makes things possible. The one that heals your broken heart. I see in the spirit realm the surgeon's hands on the heart. And the Lord is saying, I am healing your hurts. But you've got to let it go. And you've got to look past your past. Because I did not call you to look at your rear view. I did not call you to look back. I called you to move forward. And it is a good time to move forward. Tell your neighbor it's a good time to move forward. Tell somebody, say, hey, it's a good time to move forward. I needed a move forward moment this year. My life fell apart. But I started watching forward. And I started pressing more and more toward God. And as I did, things just started coming together. And it didn't come together in one day. You know, your life wasn't messed up in one day, right? Isn't that the truth? Sometimes we don't even need the devil to mess our life up. We do it fine on our own. Right? I mean, like, it didn't get there overnight. But you know what? I believe supernaturally God's going to do something overnight tonight. We're going to get into that in a moment. But as we think about the Waymaker, as we think about the miracle worker, I want you to realize tonight that He is a promise keeper. And there's a lot of us that have made promises and we broke it. Maybe your parents promised that they'd get you this or they'd get you that. But they didn't know that their job would be laid off. They didn't know that they'd have financial difficulties, and God always keeps His promises. He'll always take care of you.